Welcome to the Warframe Open Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Grinlok. You can get the blueprint for the Grinlok from the Grenier or Chem Lab in your dojo, and it's definitely on the more expensive side of things, because you're gonna have to put in 30,000 credits, 2 detonite injectors, 5,000 polymer bundles, 5,000 ferrite, and a fully built forma. Now the Grinlok is a Mastery Rank 7 primary, and it's actually a semi-automatic lever action rifle. It does primarily impact damage, but it still does a decent amount of slash, and then it does a little bit of puncture on the side as well. It is also very accurate with a decent enough fire rate, a 9-round magazine, and a 1.7 second reload. And finally, it has a 15% crit chance with an above average 2.5 times crit multiplier and a very high 35% status chance. Now, one thing to bear in mind with the Grinlok is that it is perfectly accurate while you're aiming down sights, but if you start firing it from the hip, the secondary projectiles that are generated by multi-shot will start flying off to the side a little bit. So while you can happily hip fire at enemies that are close to you, if you're firing at something that's a little bit farther away, you should definitely aim down sights. And finally, the Grinlok also has its weapon-specific augment called Deadly Sequence, which gives you 200% crit chance and the sequence effect, which, once you gather enough affinity, will hit all enemies within 25 meters for 1000 radiation damage and proc radiation on them, and it also recovers 25% of your maximum shields and increases your base shields by 50% for 30 seconds. That on its own is already pretty good, but probably the best thing about the Deadly Sequence, aside from the low drain on capacity, is that it can be stacked on top of other crit mods, so you can run it with Point Strike, Critical Delay, and even Argon Scope. So if you're gonna use the Grinlok, I would highly recommend you get the Deadly Sequence mod, which can be acquired from the Parent Sequence if you're at the rank of Senior, Executive, or higher. Now, as far as the build is concerned, nowadays I tend to go with a Hunter Munitions viral setup that doubles down on crit with Deadly Sequence and Critical Delay. You might be thinking about internal bleeding as well, but I've tried it and trust me, it's not all that great. Because while you do have low enough fire rate to get double effect of internal bleeding, you simply have too much slash and viral to proc impact reliably. So in the end, the Hunter Munitions mod does pull ahead, but it's still not amazing. Like, I wouldn't take the weapon into a mission that would be above level 50, maybe 60. Because at that point, Eximus units will be a little bit too beefy for it. The main problem with the Grinlok, well, there are actually two. The first one is the low crit chance. This is not great, and even with 2 crit mods, you're not gonna get 100% crit. And the second one is its single target nature. Yes, the Deadly Sequence mod with the sequence explosion helps, but it's still not amazing. So unless you really like the idea of it and you think you would have fun with it, I would not recommend you pick the Grinlok up. It's just too expensive for what it does in my opinion. But worry not, because you can instead get the Prisma version of the Grinlok from Barakatir, which is better in basically every way. That one I would actually recommend. But anyway, that's it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.